Hello everybody, I'm going to give 5 easy holistic tips to having a pain-free and an easy kind of period or menstruation. We want it to go smoothly as possible, right y'all? Okay, so let's get into it. The first tip I want to give is I know it might sound a little weird, but I want you to approach your period with a positive kind of outlook. And it may be hard. I don't know everybody else's story, but my story with periods and stuff, from when it started, it never was a happy time for me, never. But now it is like I want to be like happy about it, which I am sometimes, you know. Try not being on birth control. You'll be very very happy to meet your period every month. But even then, I learned that, you know how when you have your periods and stuff, like every little thing bothers you. It's like, okay, the same stuff happen all the time and it don't bother you. But now you're on your period, you're noticing and you like picking up on little things and it's annoying you. But the way I started to look at that was like, when I'm on my period, I pick up little stuff because I can feel further in depth. You know, I have a greater insight. You know, a woman on her period, if she's happy, she could give you like the best advice ever because her senses are kind of heightened and she feels deeply. So I really like it, and that's what keeps me positive about my period. So the second tip I have for you, which I really believe is the most important tip aside from being positive, you have to become aware. You know, become conscious and aware, or pay attention to your period. And what that means is, like, if I start asking you questions about your period, would you know? You know, when's your ovulation? You know, how many days do you bleed? Are you bleeding this amount? Are you bleeding 45 milliliters? Are you bleeding 100 milliliters? Like, we need to know this stuff. It's our body. We need to know about our body, you know. So I think that's important. Like, the most important one is to become conscious, because whether we know it or not, it's this mystical force within us. You know, it's the force we get from God. And it always works in your favor when you become conscious and aware of it. You know, so one way to help do this is that I downloaded an app called Flow. I have Apple. So it was an app called Flow on the thing, and it helps me track my period. I could plug in any type of symptoms I have, and they tell you like tips and stuff on what to do to make your period like less painful, or like what kind of products you should use and stuff like that. So I think that's important. Not all their tips are holistic or even correct sometimes, and I disagree with some of their points, but nonetheless it's points, and it's making you conscious, it's making you aware, and it's, you know. The third tip that I have for you guys today is to exercise. Now that may be hard for a lot of people. You know, it may be hard to go out and exercise, and I said that these tips would be easy. So I kind of want to give another alternative to exercising, which is like, of course, it's like yoga flows you could do for better periods, for, you know, to ease that pain up. You could do like squats and all this stuff to open up the hips, because the vagina, it has muscles in it, and if we exercise those muscles and like work them out, then they wouldn't necessarily, like, you know, contract so hard, cause us so much pain during our period. I used to always go for a run, but that's too much right now. Sometimes it's too much. It's too cold outside. So there's yoga sequences that I personally do. If you want me to, you know, upload those in a separate video, just leave a comment and I definitely will. But another one is just simply the alternative to exercising, just simply sitting down. But I mean, it's like sitting down on the floor. The more we sit on our sacred seat, you know, it boosts up that, you know, that down there. A lot of people don't want to sit on the floor. I sit on the floor all the time. I don't even own a couch. I didn't want a couch, particularly because of this and because of, you know, the couch promoting improper posture. We want to straighten up our posture and sit on the floor as much as we can. And it also like helps work out that root chakra. You know, root chakra is right there by our womb. So my fourth tip, which is not, you know, some people think it's so hard, but I want to say diet. But I don't want to say like stop eating something. I just want to say just start eating more fruits and vegetables in their raw state. That means like don't cook them. Just like try to eat the green beans by itself, or like steam them maybe. And also to like diet is also important because you want to like stay hydrated too. We could do that a lot with fruits and vegetables to be hydrated, but also like we could drink like water and stuff. And you want to stay away from the salty junk foods. I have a problem with this because like I would eat so many salty stuff, but in turn all that does is cause me pain. So like I'm learning to like stop, you know, stop with the junk food. And also if something else about diet is to like have like teas and stuff, and like use like herbs and seek herbal tea. The tea I use and that I would recommend a lot is chamomile tea, because it like keeps me calm, you know. And if you have a headache, it will like relieve that headache, you know, so quickly. So that's all I had to say for diet. I'm not gonna say, you know, become a vegetarian, do all this other stuff, because that's a hard tip, and these are supposed to be kind of easy tips. So the 5th tip that I have for you today is let your womb breathe. And what I mean by that is that how often do we allow our wombs to breathe, the vagina to get some air, some sunlight? Not really, because we can't like go outside and like, you know, sunlight, here's my vagina, hi, unless you like go into the woods or something like that, which a lot of people do. But anyway, I say and let our wombs breathe, because sometimes the womb is suffocating. And I know it breathes. I know it like breathes and like suck up stuff, because one time I was in a bath, right? And I'm taking a bath, you know, I was just soaking in there. And then I got out, I dried myself all off, and then I was like walking around my house naked, you know, letting my womb breathe. And the water from the tub started coming out of my womb, my vagina. And I'm like, oh my God, it like sucked up that water. Now it's like pushing it back out. So that means it breathed. Like that was, to me, that was a clear example of how it breathes in and out, and it needs fresh air. Could you imagine being covered all day? Like we cover in like these tight pantyhose, and then if you're wearing like a pad, it's being covered, and then if you have like a tampon, everything is like shoved up there on top of like wearing all these different tight clothes. Let it breathe. Like during it, like when you're not on your period, let it breathe. But also when you're on your period, allow it to breathe. And the way you could do this is by, at nighttime, just get a towel and lay it like flat on your bed, or like get 2 towels if you need 2 towels, and go to sleep absolutely naked and just lay on your towel. And I promise you might think it'll be a whole mess and a whole bunch of, you know, blood and stuff, but it really don't be that much blood. Like if we really become conscious and aware of our period, it's not as much blood as we presume it to be. Especially it won't leak out all through the night. You probably have spurts where it leak out and it don't. So, and just doing that, I always do that, because then I wake up like, it feels like refreshed, it feels like it's ready. And you know, I always keep a positive attitude, and I talk to my womb as if she is a person because she is a living, breathing entity. You know, she lives and she breathes, and I want to treat her with as much respect as I treat all my other parts of this body. So that is my 5th tip. Let your womb breathe. Let your vagina breathe. Okay, so I'm just gonna repeat all the 5 tips in a row so that we keep them in our mind. So the first tip I said was become positive about your period. Have a positive attitude towards your period. The second one that I said was to become conscious and aware, which in other words is the same as pay attention to your period. See what is happening. You know, become conscious and aware of your period. 3, my third tip was exercise, or also my alternative, which is also sitting on the floor. You know, sitting on the floor more as much as you can to strengthen that sacred seat, root chakra. And my 4th tip was diet, just to add more fruits. Try to do herbal teas instead of ibuprofen and pills and stuff like that. And my 5th tip was let your womb breathe. Sleep absolutely naked at nighttime during your period. Just put a towel under there. You're gonna be good. I'm telling you, you're gonna be good. And that is it. Thank you for watching my channel. If you want to, you can like, comment, subscribe. Tell me how these work for you. You know, they're just simple changes that we can make, and we can make your period such a happy place, something that's not painful, something that is beautiful.